Welcome back everybody. As you can see, I'm going to be working on the trailer today. So since I've now got the Volvo, which is over there, I can now tow cars around again, but the trailer, the rear lights don't work. So as you can see at the moment, I've got a little board on there separate to the onboard trailer lights, and that works for now, but I need to replace the ones that are on there. They're a little bit, what's the word? They feel cheap. That's what I'll say. And they're not working at the moment. One side is constantly breaking, the other side is not breaking at all, so they need replacing. And I'm also going to do a couple of other light mods here while I'm at it. What I've got is these are side lamps, as obviously you can see. At the moment, I only have a couple of reflectors there and over there. They're all I've got at the moment. These are side markers, so they're orange side markers, and they have indicators in the middle just to make sure the side of the trailer is more visible at night. That's one of the problems with this. And in addition to that, I have these. So the biggest issue I have with this trailer at the moment is when you're reversing it and looking back in the dark, you can't see where the back is. If there's no street lights or anything like that, you can't see where the back is. So I've got these here inside the box. This is a light, so that'll face that way, and then I can see the back of the trailer when I'm reversing it. It also has an indicator, which also doubles up as a side light, so this lights up red until I'm indicating, and this will just give more visibility on the width of the trailer as well, but also the main thing is for me so I can see where the back of the trailer is when I'm reversing, and nice orange marker on the end as well. These are the actual lights I bought. These, I think, are designed for HGV trailers, but they will go nicely in this gap here. They'll look a lot smarter than these ones in here. They're LED as well, so they're going to be nice and bright as well, and just be a whole lot better. I ended up going with this. Over more of these, because most of what I could find were like this with the number plate light in here. Now, because these lights sit all the way out there, and my number plate obviously normally sits under here, I've got two separate lights, which still work, so I'm going to keep those underneath here as a separate unit from that, which I couldn't really find. I struggled to find. Most of them were designed like this, mostly for trailer boards like this, so I decided this was the way to go. And it should just be a case of, so I've labelled this off already, I've tested this, it all works, labelled everything up ready to go. It should just be a case of pop this off, take the whole unit off, unplug everything, put some spade connectors on the end of here, and then it should just work. I say, hopefully. Okay, job one is get rid of this trailer board. This is what I was talking about with the two number plate lights. So I'm going to keep these should stay wide in, and I'll show you what I mean about spade connectors once we get rid of this. So I'll show you what's going on in here. Yeah, I'm going to take this off the back first, which is actually handy because there's a plug back here, so I should be able to cut the cable ties. Unbolt this and unthread it and then unplug it. Just a couple of 10mm on the back. I'll get this off. So this is on a plastic housing, and it's a bolt that goes through in a plastic housing, and now the bolt on the inside is now spinning on the inside one. So I'm just gonna that sorts it, and then I assume that's another 10. It is. Let me grab a spanner. Yeah, so that way. Yep. Don't know what happened there, but it started cross-threading in the end. So we snapped it. Luckily, the new lights have got new mounting hardware, so. Now how do we undo? Ah, there we go. Okay, nice and straightforward. So, what's the next job? Yeah, so you can see, if I bring this closer, everything in here is just push fit, and then the issue with the brakes here, it has 2 grounding wires. So it has 1 power in and 2 grounding wires. One is for the side lights, one is for the brake lights. And essentially when the side lights come on, it grounds one side, lets current pass through. And then when the brakes come on, it grounds the other side, and then this essentially gets brighter. I don't know whether you'll make it out in there. Probably not. There's 2 filaments on that bulb. Can we refocus? Yeah, you can just about make that out. There's 2 filaments on the bulb, one for side light, one for brake light. This should be fairly straightforward to match up, because obviously that is indicator, making that the indicator bulb, which I think on these is also yellow. It is, so that makes that easier. The reverse light is white, that goes to grey. The other problem I've got here is this trailer is the modern 13 pin, meaning it has stuff like reverse light and a fog light and stuff like that, which the Volvo and my Navara both are 7 pin, which don't have that. So I'm going to hook up the reverse light just in case I get a car that does have 13 pin, but I don't think this will ever work with reverse lights with those 2 cars, but we'll see. We can hook it up, and we're only working with 12 volts and I'm just plugging live to live, so the worst comes to the worst. If I plug the wrong thing into the wrong thing, all I'll get is the wrong coloured bulb at the wrong time, and we just have to switch cables around. So hopefully it should be that straightforward. Because I want to reuse this wiring so I can reuse this plug, I need to undo all of this and pop it back through the back of this casing. So now we've got our mini harness. I need this. And I basically just need to whack a load of spade connectors on the end of this. The other thing I'm going to do here is on this side for the indicator and the side light, which I think is this green one. Yeah. And the ground, obviously. I'm going to put an additional flying wire into these that I can then run down to the extra lights that are coming off the side here, and the lights further down as well. So I'm just going to run a short cable off these when we get around to those ones. But first job is terminate all of these, which should be as simple as stripping these back a little bit, because they're a little short at the moment. If you don't have automatic wire strippers, I highly recommend them. Makes this job so much easier. Yeah, so we strip that back. Show you what I'm doing. There we go. Strip that one, strip that one, strip this one. I'm going to terminate all of these, because then if I do need to use them later down the line, I've got them already ready to go. And like I say, with the reverse light, it makes sense to wire that in now, rather than having to faff about doing it at a later date if I get a different car. Should be nice and simple. Pop that in there. Pop that in there. And then crimp. That's now that done. That's these 2 out there. That's that one out there. And in theory, this is just a case of plug it all in and it'll work. So let's find out. So I think that was brake. We'll know straight away, because so just side lights. These are only lit, and when I do brakes as well, these get brighter, and this panel here lights up red as well, so it's nice and bright. But also means it's good for me to test. So we already knew the indicator was yellow. I believe the reverse light was the grey one, if I remember correctly. The fog light was the blue one, which I don't think I actually have on here. This might well be a bit of a lottery because there's no blue cable on the other side. There's also a brown one on the other side. And white goes to ground. So I might need that. No, this white, this one here, this goes to ground. So I'm not 100% sure what's going on there. Let's prop this up. Position you here. And if I go and get the car, I can check if this works. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is hook the car up, turn it on, go through the lights, and then watch this back, and then hopefully everything works. Yeah, I should have lights now, which means my side light's not hooked up correctly. My side light's not hooked up at all, that's why. I need to work out what the side light is. Maybe we have to do some trial and error here. And because I'm on my own, I'm going to have to run backwards and forwards and check this a couple of times. So let's try this one. I'm kind of hoping this is it, because I think this is the last one. I've now used my old trailer board to wedge the brakes on and just check. So I should have side lights and brake lights right now. Currently I only have side lights. Where are my brakes? Okay. No brakes. No brakes. No brakes. Fantastic. Ah, I think I need to connect these two together then. If I push this into the side light, we've got a problem. We've got a problem. In pursuit of working this out, I have continuity tested the car, and I've worked out that that one there is the brake light. As you can see, I've wedged something in so the brake lights are on. I've then had to make an extension cable so I can reach all the way down here. And then if I pick this up, let's see if I can do this with one hand. I don't know how well the microphone will pick this up, but that one there is my brake light. So now what I need to do is match that up to this, and I can work out what's going on. Look at that, it was that one. And when we make this face that, it is this one. Check this is still on continuity mode. It is. Then we try and work out. Okay, so it is the red one. So what I've just worked out there is this red one is my brake light. Or it should be. So let's check that's connected properly. It should be. Plug that into there. In theory, if I plug this into here, I've got no lights at all because I don't think my ground is plugged in, which it's not. And I've still got no lights at all. Quick update. I think this is all now connected correctly, but I've had the car stationary sort of half off my drive, wedged the lights on, so I was testing everything and I've left it a little bit too long and the battery's now flat. I just tried to jump it off a neighbour's car and it wouldn't go, so I think it needs a little bit of juice in it before it will go. So I've had to pop this off, get the extension lead out of the house, and I'm going to have to charge this before I can find out if that side of the lights works. In the meantime, what I'm probably going to do is pull apart this side. I can at least pull that light off, potentially start drilling holes and stuff to mount the other lights, so that when the thing is charged and I've worked out what's going on with all the wiring, all I have to do is plug everything in and hopefully it works, but we'll see where we get to. Volvo's on charge. Hopefully that won't take too long and then we can stop being in the road. I've self-tapered the new side lights on. Both places there. We have the new extended lights on the side here with a little hole, extra hole down there for the wiring to go through, so it all sits behind the new lights when they go here. And same on this side. But as you'll see here, the reflectors are different. I don't know why. This side's riveted on. This side is just self-adhesive, which I had to pop off so I could make room for these because they were sat further down. I don't know why, but that's what they are. So next job is for wiring. So I've got ground, an indicator and a side light. So on these, this lights up white, this is all orange as the side light, and then I have an indicator in there when I'm indicating. So I only have two colours of wires, unfortunately, so I'm going to use this electrical tape, and then I can just electrical tape that, wrap the three together, use some electrical tape to keep them together, and then we just have to run it underneath here. There's a nice convenient hole there along with the other wiring underneath. Down here I think there's another, if there's not another hole I'll have to go under the chassis, which I think I might have to. Tied into this one, tied into that one, and then I just have to join it up with the wiring under there, which I can test when the Volvo is fully charged again. So let's do some wiring and then we'll see where the Volvo's at. Volvo is now charged and running, so I'm probably going to push the trailer back so it's not sticking out in the road, but we have side lights. We've got side light on the end, and then red lights on the back as well, which is absolutely fantastic. So that's clearly all working now. And then we'll test the indicators. Yeah, they're out of sync, but I don't care. That's so much better. And then, yeah, the side ones work as well, which is absolutely perfect. So all I need to do now is I need to tidy all my wiring up. I've got to waterproof all of these and all of those, which will take a while. Heat shrink and electrical tape. I've got to tidy up all of this wiring so it's not on the floor, and then do the same again on the other side, which is going to be really, really time consuming. Ah, I broke it. finish this off. Where are we? There we go. Yeah, you don't need to see me finish off all this wiring. It's real simple stuff. So I want to thank everybody for watching. Let me know what you think of the lights, whether you think it's a great idea or whether it's going to break again. And you can tell me how stupid I am for running that out of battery stuck on the halfway on the drive.